Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
14, run it.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty costs some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Hunt. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Lucky 56. Over. Detroit.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Tim Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Third and long, it's Wilson. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hunt.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 54 yards. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Taylor.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 40 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
first down carry by Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it here with Hunt. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
On the run, this is Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the
Watch
league.
him now, Barney! Barney! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
The give is to Bell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
tempo, tempo. Out on the left. 12.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hut.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey. Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Jackson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there, he's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This one taken from the 7th. And now running right through it. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second down, Jackson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Here's Jackson on third and long. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A give to Bell. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
This is Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Black 99 Philly, here we go. Over! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Jackson steps away to his, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. In for the score. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Play action. Now Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the front.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson going underneath for Gordon. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Spot left, spot left.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And he puts it through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The return man, Chris Moore. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Wilson. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pick up there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21.
3-19! 3-19! Gone!
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Being chased out left. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
That's it, baby!
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Watch it now, Barney!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's got Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone!
They'll run it now out of the gun. So we got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They go play action with Jackson. Dancing to his left. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Over!
This is Bell. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They run with Hunt. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over, 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 over.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Chargers. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for Baltimore, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.